DOE pulls $4.9 billion support for Grain Belt Express. What's next? Imagine a future where the United States is no longer reliant on foreign energy sources, but instead harnesses its own renewable energy potential to power homes, businesses, and industries. But here's where it gets controversial. The path to achieving this vision is often paved with taxpayer-funded financial assistance, which can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can accelerate the development of critical infrastructure projects, such as the Grain Belt Express, a high-voltage direct current transmission line designed to connect wind and solar capacity across Kansas and Missouri. On the other hand, it can also lead to wasteful spending and inefficient allocation of resources. The Department of Energy's, DOE, recent decision to terminate its conditional commitment for the Grain Belt Express Phase 1 project is a case in point. The project, which was initially awarded a taxpayer-funded loan guarantee of up to $4.9 billion by the Biden administration in November 2024, has been put on hold due to concerns over its financial viability. But what does this mean for the future of renewable energy in the United States, and how will it impact the country's ability to achieve energy dominance? To understand the implications of this decision, let's take a closer look at the project and the DOE's reasoning behind its termination. The Grain Belt Express was intended to be a game-changer for the renewable energy sector, enabling the transmission of clean energy from Kansas and Missouri to other parts of the country. However, after conducting a thorough review of the project's financials, the DOE found that the conditions necessary to issue the guarantee were unlikely to be met. In other words, the project's financials were not robust enough to justify the risk of providing taxpayer-funded financial assistance. This decision is part of a broader effort by the DOE to ensure more responsible stewardship of taxpayer resources. The agency is currently conducting a review of every applicant and borrower, including the nearly $100 billion in closed loans and conditional commitments made between Election Day 2024 and Inauguration Day 2025. The goal of this review is to ensure that every single taxpayer dollar is being used to advance the best interest of the American people. So, what does this mean for the future of renewable energy in the United States? While the termination of the Grain Belt Express project may seem like a setback, it's actually an opportunity for the DOE to refocus its efforts on supporting projects that are truly critical to the country's energy dominance. The agency remains committed to advancing projects that expand American energy dominance and deliver on President Trump's commitment to lower energy prices for the American people. And this is the part most people miss. The DOE's decision is not a rejection of renewable energy, but rather a recognition that taxpayer-funded financial assistance must be used judiciously to support projects that are financially viable and aligned with the country's energy goals. But here's the question: do you think the DOE's decision to terminate the Grain Belt Express project is a step in the right direction, or does it undermine the country's ability to achieve its renewable energy goals? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. As the United States continues to navigate the complex landscape of energy policy, one thing is clear: the path to achieving energy dominance will require careful consideration of the role of taxpayer-funded financial assistance in supporting critical infrastructure projects. By being more discerning in its allocation of resources, the DOE can help ensure that the country's energy future is bright, reliable, and secure.